Indahnya negeri ini dengan hasil bumi yang melimpah. Dari hasil bumi, kita bertransaksi. Bertransaksi, jual, dan beli. Pasar adalah tempat kita berbagi rezeki. Tempat terjadinya denyut ekonomi. Penuh dengan informasi dan silaturahmi. Hasilnya bisa kita nikmati. Kesejahteraan masyarakat harus didukung keuangan yang sehat. Karena itu, perbankan sangat penting bagi industri keuangan nasional. Kepercayaan nasabah merupakan faktor utama dalam industri perbankan. Melalui fungsi intermediasi perbankan yang mendukung pembangunan nasional, dari hulu hingga hilir ke seluruh lini hingga ke pelosok negeri, LPS hadir sebagai lembaga yang melindungi nasabah dan mendukung stabilitas sistem perbankan melalui program penjaminan dan resolusi. LPS turut serta memelihara stabilitas perbankan dalam pembangunan nasional demi kesejahteraan Indonesia di masa yang akan datang. Dari kita, untuk kita. LPS, aman, tenang, pasti.
Sorry, Bu Ami, your voice. Never mind. Yeah, can you make it your voice? I can hear your voice. Can you speak again? Your voice, I can hear. Yes. Okay, while we waiting the Bami, okay, there's one of the speaker, yeah. There's from Japan, yeah. It's better. She will tell you your biography because it's very nice. We can hear from the people. Okay, me Dr. Madoka, you can. Yeah.
Okay, hello. Nama.
Yeah, hello, Dr. Hamoto. How are you today?
Thank
Yeah.
you for inviting me.
Okay. Yeah. Can you a little bit tell you about your biography, please? Where are you from? And after that, you can, yeah, next to your presentation.
Okay. Today, my name is Madoka Hammine, and I am from Japan. And today I am joining this class from an island called Okinawa. It's in the south of Japan. It's in the southernmost prefecture in Japan. So when you think of Japan, maybe you imagine Tokyo, Osaka, maybe Hokkaido, maybe. But
Yeah.
Okinawa is little bit a little bit different because it's an island
Mhm.
and it's very close to Taiwan, for example. Yes. So
Oh,
I am teaching language education and English language at a
oh, I
local
see.
university in Japan. Yes.
Okay.
Today I am happy to join you. I have a friend in Indonesia. I visited Yogyakarta maybe like 8 years ago. And
Oh,
yes,
yes.
I had a very wonderful experience there.
Oh, back
Mm,
Indonesia ya. Oke,
thank you.
Mbak Ami sudah siap? Kedengaran suaranya? Mbak Ami, can I hear your voice? Can you speak? No, I still cannot hear your voice. Can you maybe yes? No, no, I cannot hear your voice. Okay, you Ibu first ya. I will talk about to Dr. Hamoko. Yeah. Okay. About your presentation today, yeah, you said that you will speak about something. Maybe you can tell about a little bit about your presentation today.
Yes.
About what?
Okay. I have a background in social linguistics and language education, applied linguistics. So
Okay.
today I, I thought about uh, explaining what I have been researching about, and um, the problems, or maybe I hope it is interesting for you, but it's about the multilingualism and how the education language teachers can use the multilingual resources in classroom, and
Oh, I see. Okay.
it's what I
Okay.
am.
I think it's very very interesting. Okay. I'm so curious to hear that. Okay, it's better you can continue with your very very interesting that. Okay, time is yours.
Okay, thank you. I try to share my screen now. Okay. Mm, I don't think I can share my screen. Okay. Oh, here I can share it. Can you see my screen now? Today I will talk about multilingualism in Japan. And I have prepared some PowerPoint slides, but if it doesn't work, it's okay. Here, it works. Oh, okay, it's working. So here it is. My name is Madoka Hammine. And in this presentation, I talk about historical and socio-historical complexity of identity and in Japan and beyond Japan. And I also talk about some indigenous languages, local languages which exist in Japan, and also English language teaching and here in Japan. And also I touch upon language ideologies and attitudes toward English and Japanese and the indigenous Ryukyuan languages. So first, I wanted to begin from a quote from a sociologist, Bourdieu. He is originally from France, but here you can see language is not only an instrument of communication or even of knowledge. It is about an instrument of power. One seeks not only to be understood, but also to be believed. obeyed, respected, and distinguished. Once the complete definition of competence as right to speak, that is, as right to legitimate language, the authorized language, the language of authority. That's why competence implies power to impose reception. So here you can see that being able to speak certain languages gives you some kind of power. And we will see how it is understood in Japanese context. For example, in Japan, the English language is compulsory, it's obligatory. I don't know about Indonesia, but in Japan, everyone has to study English. And since last year, it started elementary school students from as a subject, English as a subject is introduced. So that means that that also means that if you have a high level of English language, it could probably give you opportunity to work in prestigious companies, or maybe it could also imply higher salary. And if you think about the English language in Japan, there are a lot of books and movies or videos about how to become like a native speaker. But there is a problem about this category of native speakers because it's the English is not only spoken by for example, the America or the UK or Australia, but also in other parts of the world. So what should we teach? Which English should we teach is a very big problem in Japan. And in the social linguistic research, people have been talking about different critically about native speaker model. So we should not focus on modeling native speakers anymore, but we should use English as an international language. However, because we are still using the term native speakers, it doesn't break this complexity. It doesn't change the current situation. So I want to suggest that there is different ways of seeing, and even Japan as a homogeneous country with homogeneous language and homogeneous ethnicity could be also discussed here. There is some researchers already have published work about Japan as a movement of diversity and hybridity. One of the famous work from Befu in 2009 is talking about the essentialization of Japan as a uniform characteristics. For example, maybe a lot of you imagine Japan as a sakura, for example, or sake or sushi, and also maybe like Tokyo, or they have a very high technology and so on. That could be challenged, and when you see the reality, it could be different. I will skip this because of the time. So I think that it's important to see Japan not from typical Japanese, because when I was in Indonesia, actually 8 years ago, I don't know why, but a lot of people started talking to me in Indonesian. People thought I am from Indonesia. And it was very present for me. I was happy that people think that I'm a local. And but opposite thing sometimes happens to me in Japan. In Tokyo, for example, when I visit Tokyo, people think that I'm not from Japan, even if I am from Japan. So this kind of encounters gave me an idea, oh, Japan is also diverse and there are different peoples and different languages and cultures. So this is something that I have been working on. Okay. So here you can see the map of Japan. It's very big. From the north of Hokkaido, it's close to Russia here. And also here, Tokyo is in the middle island, Honshu Island. And Osaka is also in the main island of Japan. But where I am is Ryukyu Islands. Can you see it? Ryukyu Islands, it's very close to Taiwan. And I am on Okinawa now. So Ryukyu Islands are the chain of about 60 different islands, and the biggest island is called Okinawa. So, okay. There are also another minority group or different kinds of Japanese people in the north of mainland. They are called Ainu people, and they have their own language, their culture, and different ways of being. So I focus on the Ryukyu Island because that's where I am now. So in the Ryukyu Islands, there are different languages. According to UNESCO 2009, there are different varieties within these different languages. And in Japanese, they are called hogen. Hogen, it could be translated as a dialect, but there are also different Japanese term called nantoka ben. For example, Osaka dialect could be translated as Osaka ben. So maybe the dialect and hogen are not the equivalent. Sometimes we have different words for different things. I mean, if you are multilingual, you probably know how this could be problematic. Okay, so today I focus mainly on the Yaeyama Islands. You can see the Ryukyu Islands, and here is Yaeyama Islands. In Yaeyama language is there are different Yaeyama Islands, so that means that there are different languages and varieties of languages. This picture, I took this picture from at a local Starbucks in Ishigaki, Yaeyama Island. And as you can see, it's written in different varieties of Ryukyuan languages. It's mixed. Some are written in Okinawan, and some are written in Japanese, and some are written in Yaeyama. So this picture is a symbolic in a way that local people, Yaeyama people, say that Yaeyama is a United States of Japan or Okinawa, because there are different people from different countries. For example, a lot of people from Taiwan and a lot of people from mainland Japan, and also there are migration within the Ryukyu Islands. So this is another example of diversity in Japan. This is onigiri. I don't know if you know onigiri as a Japanese food, but this is a very typical food. It's a rice ball covered with the seaweed, and it's very famous. You can buy this food in a convenience store, or you can make it at home. So the onigiri is usually, it's covered with a seaweed. It's called nori. Nori is outside the rice. However, in Okinawa or in Amami, sorry, not in Okinawa, but in Amami, the rice balls are covered with an egg. So different food implies, that means different cultures and different varieties of cultures. So in Okinawa, in the Ryukyus, there are some people who are trying to revitalize and reclaim the indigenous languages. Language reclamation and revitalization is a process of resistance against the imposition of colonialism or capitalism or imperialism or injustice over the regional and minoritized languages. And learning to acquire those languages is a process of taking something back and connection and creating something new to express something injustice embedded in the language communities. Okay, I will skip this. Okay, so this picture, this book, How to Keep Your Language Alive, is an example of language revitalization effort in the US. In the California, there are different languages spoken in the US, and they are making a pair with the local native speakers of those languages and the learners. So it's like an immersion school that people use only this target language to communicate. I think when you teach, for example, English in Japan, sometimes teachers aim at using only the target language, English, and that is because it improves the fluency of the learners. So this is it's one way of using and multilingualism, keeping multilingualism and diversity within the Japan. Okay, and I have also been working with this master apprentice model with local communities. This picture shows two groups of people who are learning these indigenous languages, and there are okay, thank you. About native speakers are very few, but there are currently learners who are learning those languages. Okay, this is a picture from a workshop that I held with my colleague, and a lot of people came to see what this model is about. Okay, I will skip it. There is also Instagram campaign to change different attitudes that could be a little problematic. And if you are interested, you can check this Instagram campaign. Okay, and also there is a diaspora. So people from the Ryukyus went abroad, like the US or Canada. They have been very active in language revitalization. So very quickly, the conclusion is that as a teacher and learner and researchers, I think that we should all be aware of the diversity and multilingualism, multiculturalism on the ground. At the same time, English as an international language. That's all for today. I have Instagram or Twitter for everyone. So if you are if you are interested, you can follow me on Twitter. It's Madoka Hammine, or Instagram is Oritabori. Thank you for listening.
Saya penjual batik. Awalnya saya nggak pernah nyimpan uang di bank. Semua keuntungan saya simpan di toko. Kalau di rumah ya saya simpan di bawah bantal. Semenjak kena kebakaran, uang saya hangus semua sampai ludes. Habis. Semenjak itu saya sadar saya harus nabung di bank, nyimpen uang di bank. Ya biar aman dan tentram. Ya pastinya bank kita ya harus ada yang jamin, ya toh?
Simpanan Anda di bank dijamin hingga 2 miliar rupiah.
Thank you so much. Mm, mm. It looks like
Yes, maybe there's something, yeah, technical problem. Okay, go to speaker two. Yeah, it is very young, yeah, yeah, and attractive. Yeah, very active. Yeah. Okay, I maybe you can tell about your biography.
All right.
Yeah, yeah. When, because we have to know about the background of the speaker.
All
Can you?
right. Thank you, Mr. Dory. Right.
Yeah.
So, good afternoon, everyone. Konnichiwa. Jambunan namanya Aidil. So, I'm
Okay, you can.
Firmansyah.
Yeah. Uh,
Yes, then I'm an English teacher in Al-Azhar Cairo Islamic School in Palembang. It's such a great honor for me to see you all guys here. And I've been teaching around 15 years as an English teacher, and I really love exploring language with technology and everything. So glad to see you guys here. A lot of people chat in the chat I saw from the YouTube. So it sounds great to meet you here.
oh, I see. Very good. And about what kind of topic you want to represent today? A little bit maybe. Because if we have the know a little bit, we can maybe know more. What do you want to tell? Yeah, a little bit.
All right, right. So as a teacher in 2022, we have to follow the trend of the technology. So how we reimagine our classroom to be a very fresh, very technological thing that we have to change, because if we just give them the same way that we have for a long time from the past, so maybe it will not like what we have to give them. So in these sessions, I'm going to have, as a teacher, we recreate or we reimagine what kind of class should be in the classroom in the 2022. So kind of like that.
Wow, it's very interesting, yeah.
All
Yeah.
right.
Okay. Because time limit, we can directly because it's I'm so curious about your topic. Okay,
All
20
right.
minutes. Next 30 minutes is yours.
All right. So let me start the slides. My cover. Okay. Wait a minute. I'm trying to upload it first. Wait. So wait a minute. Okay. Wait. I'm sorry for the lagging. Wait. Okay. All right, it's uploading the PDF. Wait a minute. All right, so I hope that everyone. Oh, it's a file. Try again. I can't read present screen. Okay, share screen. Okay, share it. Okay, wait a minute. All right. All right, sorry. So let's start. Okay, share. Okay. Can you see my screen now, everyone? All right, so let's start with this. Okay, let me check by the YouTube that I can see this straight up. Okay, can you see my? Okay, all right. So it's glad to see you all here. So the title of that one is to imagine your classroom with augmented reality to visualize the story. So the problem that I brought before is talking about someone that love Avenger. But before that, I'm going to introduce myself, and I am Aidil Firmansyah, and I'm a Public Distinguished Educator. So for those who want to add me on Facebook or Instagram, Snapchat, or Twitter, you just follow me at KGSLL, so we can connect after this. So it's such a glad to have you here, guys. All right. So maybe the poster that you saw from this that is Avenger Endgame. Who don't know this? Everyone love this movie because they try to use time travel or something like that. But my kids just know the Avenger. But as an English teacher, I have to teach them how do they know about native tags in the classroom. Is that in 8th grade? So they have to know everything about legend or myth in Indonesia that we have. As we know that Indonesia is one of the largest country, one of the largest island country in the world, 17,000 islands in Indonesia from Sabah to Merauke. And we have a lot of cultures, and one of that is folk, myth, or fables that we have. But unfortunately, most of my students, they didn't know about this. They just know about adventure, environment, or horror, something like that. So as a teacher, I feel so sad that I'm seeing the kids just know those stories than our stories. So I'm trying to analyze how do I put the story to be attractive, that they can know the story and feeling, oh, this story is also good, and then we can know everything about culture or heritage that we have in Indonesia. So, but the problem is the book that we have in Indonesia is also too flat. They just gave the book like this. Can you imagine when I was like 10 years old, my mom gave this book to me, and oh my god, it's very old, and I don't want to touch this because it's not really interesting. But I'm trying to find out what they like. So in our school, we use iPad one-to-one program. So every school, every student, they have their own iPad. They put and reimagine the classroom like this. So I'm trying to put them into a group. So as usual, I put them into the group and a couple or something like that, and they can find out which story they did like, and then they try to know the story by seeing first, and I'm giving them a whole challenge-based learning project. So I give them the problem, what is the story that maybe it's connected to you or it's connected to your originality or something, and they will choose that. For example, this boy, Aryan Irvin, they really love a golden snail or keong mas in Indonesia. They really love that story. But I give them the problem how they can put the book into a very multi-touch book that everyone can see it, everyone can understand it, or even they know how characters speak into the book. So the book, we call it multi-touch book. We're using pages, we're using some application on iPad into the classroom. So in my class, we're not just learning English, but I'm giving them how to use technology to reimagine their imagination to create more about the story. So on that time, they choose a golden snail. So I gave them a month to finish this. So, and finally, boom, they really bring me the best book ever. They have totally made this. So I'm going to show you one of the book that they have. I'm going to open this. Okay, wait a minute. So they put like this. I'm sorry. I'm going to, all right. So if you can see this is a book that they have. So if you can see this, they put some sound inside of the book so everyone can hear this, everyone can know what kind of the character that they have, and also they put imagination to this. So I'm putting the best of creativity that student can do this. So they create the book by using some application in Drawing. So I also put them into the group, and they have to record their voice by using the voice memos. So it really sounds great that they can speak English fluently, and then they can read the book, and they also can make a very multi-touch book, which is very great. So and also, I also give them a challenge after they made this. I asked them to discuss. So are you ready to publish the book? So after long discussions, I was supervising all the book that they made. So I supervise each word, and also I supervise how do they pronounce its recording. Then finally, we publish the book into Apple Bookstore, so everyone can download this, and then they will pay around $2 or $3 each book. So they also can be like a recreator. So I call it a creator because the story have been famous. So we put the book to the Apple Bookstore that everyone can download this. So if I'm not mistaken, we have 50 books have been published on 2020 because the project is starting in 2020 and now. So there are a lot of 50 books has been published in our school. Then what happened next? I'm trying to challenge them again because, you know, as a teacher in 2022, we have to know the era. We have to know the trend. Like, you know, maybe in our era, we just know what a Facebook, but now we have TikTok, Instagram, or kind of many kinds of social media that exist today. So I'm trying to follow what they like. Then I asked to Irvin and Ari, so what do you like next, guys? And then they say that we love to learn about VR. You know, VR is very famous now. Everyone wants to use VR, like, you know, like we have metaverse on Facebook. So I'm trying to challenge. I was trying to challenge them to make. Oh, come on, we can make the metaverse by our own with our real story about Indonesian myth or folk or fables in Indonesia. So I challenge them because by using challenge-based learning project, they can learn how they have to think, the critical thinking they should have, and then how do they act as a teenager in 2022 era, because we cannot make the era seem like us as a teacher. Maybe on 2003, I was a middle school student. Maybe I just read a book or something, but now on, we have to know what they like to make the class is more attractive, to make the class like a very comfortable place that they love in the school. So that's why I challenge them again. Then on that time, I asked, are you ready for metaverse? So now they really made that. So next one, they also make an augmented reality by using Reality Composer. So this is also one of the greatest thing ever that we have in 2022, because a lot of technology, a lot of application is really developing for education. They know that a technology cannot be improved if we don't have the education. So thank God that the application that we have is really help us to recreate, reimagine again. After we make the book, we make the augmented reality. For example, like this. So in South Sumatra, exactly in my hometown city in Palembang, there was a famous story called Bitter Tongue. Someone who has a tongue that everything that he said become reality. For example, when he says something, come on tree, be rock, and the tree become rock. So I put that story into the augmented reality that everyone can see it's very real. For example, I'm going to use the AR like this. Oh, sorry for the messy one. I'm still on my office room. So look at this one. So if you can see this, it really looks like real by using this. Okay, we can come to the home. Oh my God, we can also play this like this, and also we can put the continue or put the story. Like, it's really interesting using this. Okay, so how do we make this? First of all, we have to do a very, deeper talking to the student. So we have to make the outline first. For example, like how we're gonna start. For example, in this project, they started with a time machine like an Avenger, because they love watch Avenger. So they put for the first time that like time travel like this. So it's really great to know that they put the time machine. When we put start, they will go to the scene. So after that, they make the the animation by using drawing. It's really look like real. Like if I were become them, maybe I will really love our story or legend in Indonesia. For example, like this, they make this one. It's really awesome. You know what? They don't need to read all the books. They just know that step how to make the augmented reality become real from scene to scene. Look at this one. They put really detail about this. So it shows that if we can know that the student love this thing, they will love our class. Remember, to make them love, we have to know what they love first. That's a very big point. That's very important, crucial sentence that we have to know as a teacher. Yeah, yes, it sounds great. And also, in my class, I'm going to try. I was trying that everyone should be themselves. So if they like this story, just go on. If they just know about mouse and deer or crocodile and mouse deer, they will use that. So every story that they love, they have to retell, or even they have to tell about their vacation story to the real one. So I believe that if we can understand them, they will understand us. So that's why in my class, I'm trying to reimagine what we have. So by using that, everyone can love, can enjoy what they have. Start from a little thing, start from something they love. Exactly. And by using augmented reality, we can make them into very good stimulations of imagination that helps them understand the story without we ask them to read that story. So it's really one of a good way that we have. And I believe that every kind of technology that we have in Android or iOS, they have very multifunctional apps ever. So as I said, you can find out there, right? For example, like this, the subject that I use also English. So the age that I teach is grade 7 to 8. So you have to know also what kind of character that students should have. So yeah, it's great. So I'm going to show this one. Can you imagine that? After they read a book, they have the augmented reality. They just open the tab or iPad, and one click, done. They see the real story inside of the augmented reality. It's really interesting. It's really easy to understand about the legend, the myth, or the folk that we have in Indonesia. And then I believe that with this one, we can also give them and also teach them the cultures of Indonesia. Because if we just focus with the curriculum thing, or we just focus with syllabus thing, or even just focus with the target, we cannot get what we have. what we will have, what we wish for the student. So just let them enjoy every moment that they have. So it's really interesting, guys, for this. And then what can we learn from this, that I also can score students' creativity, imagination, comprehension by seeing how great they make the book, multi-touch book, how do they create the augmented reality. And also, we also do a collaboration between, not only in English teacher, in our school, we also have a project, we call it integrated project, which is we connect every kind of subject into a very big project. So we can use this, like, come on, if we do this, guys, we just make the class without any limitation. So I believe that the chance to explore is unlimited. Because what the crazy meet the high tech, it's totally amazing. And remember, imagination meet comprehension, creativity become a great success. All right. So as a teacher, we have to understand what student needs in 2022. Don't think that you are teaching 1997 student. Don't think that you're teaching the student that also exists in our era. Remember, 2022, it's very kind of different. They got learning loss because of pandemic 2 years. Really hard for us to reach out student because of the pandemic, but we have to understand them. So that's what the challenging as teacher nowadays should be hard, but actually it could be easy if we understand them. Right, so the skill that we have by using this, we also have a moving, assembling behavior or something. Maybe next time, if we have more time, you can contact me. We can also have chit chat or something that we can learn exactly what we have, that actually we have to make for this. So like sound, music, voice, we can put them into the multi-touch or even augmented reality. So so the app that I use in my iPad is called Reality Composer. So it's really from Apple product. So maybe you can also find on Android or something. Actually, they also help on that, because in our school we use iPad one-to-one programs. So totally every kind of things that we have that we use iOS application. And then yep, visual learning is very interesting, because to make student understanding to be easier, we have to visualize things. Like I still remember that talk about the story Bawang Merah Bawang Putih. It's very famous in Indonesia. So I can imagine which girl looked like a Bawang Merah, which girl looked like Bawang Putih. But with this, I believe that student will easy to understand. So I believe that. All right. Thank you, everyone. Bye. I'm going to stop. Okay. Sorry, time is up. I didn't see the time. sorry. I can hear you. I mean, really. I cannot hear you. Do you say something? Hi, Madoka.
Hi.
Hey, I think I didn't hear Amy sound. Do you hear that?
I can't hear Ami's sound.
Yeah. We cannot hear you. No, we don't. We cannot. we just have more time to speak. Totally read time here. I don't hear. We cannot hear. We just like. Or maybe you can chat that. We can say that to the people.
Yes, we can
Yeah.
see your chat.
Yeah. I mean, you can chat us, and then we can tell to everyone because we literally don't hear your voice. And here I go, do it again. Is it 7 o'clock in Japan, right, Madoka? Someone asking you on YouTube.
Yeah,
All right.
it's almost
Yeah.
7.
We now at 5 o'clock.
Oh,
We have 2 hours difference.
Sorry,
No.
advertisement first ya.
Yeah.
Advertisement first.
Ah,
Sorry.
terima kasih.
Yeah.
Nama saya Ibeng. Dulunya saya karyawan. Tapi kena PHK. Kok ya nggak kepikiran buat nabung. Nggak tahu kenapa males. Saya coba usaha angkringan. Alhamdulillah rame. Dari hasil usaha angkringan ini, keuntungannya terus saya tabung. Tapi nabung juga nggak sembarangan, harus di bank, kan ada yang jamin.
Simpanan Anda di bank dijamin hingga 2 miliar rupiah.
Oh, this people. Hi, Ami.
Hi, Ami.
Hi, Ami. I think it's you're mute. I think that you're mute. Your microphone is mute. Can be done. We cannot hear your voice. Right.
Yeah, okay. Mbak Ami, yeah, I can still hear your voice. Okay, yeah, very interesting topic today. Yeah, okay, today is a question and answer session. When we see this, first I want to ask you. First, I want to ask Dr. Madoka. Yeah. When I see Japan, yeah, Japan is very developed country. Yeah. What it make Japan in the what was only a little years become developed country from maybe Nagasaki and Hiroshima get bomb, yeah, nuclear bomb. Yeah. After that, Japan is become the center of economic, the center of technology. What is Japan like that? Maybe ini is other topic. Yeah. Yeah. Dr. Madoka. What it makes Japan like that? Maybe I want to the secret of the Japan.
Because of the Japan was a colonial power in Asia during the Second World War, and that is something that I think we should think about and teach. But at the same time, after the Second World War, after the Nagasaki and Hiroshima, we have been become one of the economic center.
Yeah.
Yes, and probably I'm not expert on this topic, but I think it's maybe a different aspects that affected the change. Maybe the people's culture and also the hardworking effort that people did, and so on. I think so.
Yeah, when I
Like,
see about the discipline, yeah, Japan is very disciplined, especially about
yeah,
the young learner, yeah, the student in primary school is very
yeah,
disciplined. When he
education.
go to school, when he put the sandals or shoes, it's very neatly, yeah. That is
Yes,
yeah, it is. Make me surprised. Oh my God, it's
maybe
very different like
Japan
that.
have a very high literacy rate. For
Yeah.
example, I think over 95% people are literate, and probably because of the education, the teachers, and the system made it possible. So that could be one reason.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh. Mungkin maybe Mbak Ani want to ask to Mas Aidil about your voice. Is it okay? Oh,
Cannot
still yeah.
hear you.
Okay. Yeah.
Alright.
Okay. I will ask to Mas Aidil
All
about
right.
is the name is augmented reality. Is it right?
Yeah, augmented reality.
Okay, I have ever learned about augmented reality. Is it need a special skill to make like apa ya video or I don't know what is it is called.
Uh,
Make
yes.
augmented reality. Special it is need a special skill. No.
Oh, right. So it's such a great question. I mean, augmented reality, it starts from the very beginning. We have to know that we don't need good skill for that. They have very friendly features that we can use. But the first of all, we have to know how to make the outline of the story. The thing that we have to make. So it's a very first thing that we have to do as a user to use that apps. So it is not really hard to use that. I think it's really easy and it's really interesting to use that.
Oh, I see. It's mean I like to try first.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right.
Yes.
Yeah.
What maybe the web or what we can go practice it or we study it. What website or maybe you can tell about us. We can study
Or,
that or maybe you
all right.
have reference to others to actually to us
Oh,
maybe
right.
how to start to study augmented reality.
All right. So, for the augmented reality one, I think that there are a lot of that. For example, if I'm mistaken, wait a minute. I'm going to share that. Okay, there will be web based. So if you don't have, don't have the device like I have, for example, I use iPad. For you as an Android or Windows user, you can also go to ariel.io, or we also have the perfectcorp.com. So it's one of the good base augmented reality that we can use that. So it really looks like metaverse in Facebook. So you can start with that actually.
Oh, I see.
But first
Yeah.
one, you have to make it easy, Pak Dodi. We have to make it the simple one first. For example, why we start with augmented reality, because we have learned about how to make a multi-touch book, like put it sound, put the creativity, put imagination, that after that we can also start that, because without that we cannot get that step to learn about augmented reality. So that's why I said it's easy, because we're starting with the multi-touch book. So the first step could be like make an outline, and then could be make a books, and then after that augmented reality, it's going very easy to do that.
Wow, yeah, okay. I'm so curious about that. Maybe after this, I like to try.
All right,
my
tag
friend,
me
yeah.
if you want more.
Yeah, because when I see your presentation, is I think it's very interesting. Yeah, make our student more clearly about what we teach. Yeah, yeah. Okay, I think time is enough. Time is up. Okay, thank you for you all. Dr. Madoka, Mas Aidil, yeah. Thank you for your presentation. It is very, very useful for us. Maybe we can meet next time. I like to, yeah. Don't until only this. Okay. Yeah. Good afternoon. Okay. Bye.
Thank
Bye
you very
everyone. Thank you for watching us. Thank you, Madoka. Thank you,
Thank you
Fadoni.
very much.
Yes.
Terima
Next
kasih.
time.
Ya, sama-sama.
Tak perlu berpikir dua kali untuk menabung. Aman ada LPS. Semua cita-citaku pasti akan tercapai. Aman ada LPS. Sekarang menabung tak perlu khawatir lagi. Aman ada LPS. Ada lembaga penjamin simpanan untukku. Aman ada LPS. Gapai cita mulai dari menabung. Aman ada LPS. Kepastian untuk melangkah maju. Aman ada LPS. Ku aman ada LPS. Tak perlu berpikir dua kali untuk menabung. Aman ada LPS. Semua cita-citaku pasti akan tercapai. Aman ada LPS. Sekarang menabung tak perlu khawatir lagi. Aman ada LPS. Ada lembaga penjamin simpanan untukku. Aman ada LPS. Gapai cita mulai dari menabung. Aman ada LPS. Kepastian untuk melangkah maju. Aman ada LPS. Sekarang menabung tak perlu khawatir lagi. Aman ada LPS. Ada lembaga penjamin simpanan untukku. Aman ada LPS. Gapai cita mulai dari menabung. Aman ada LPS. Kepastian untuk melangkah maju. Aman ada LPS. Aku di sini, kau di sana, tak menghalangi jiwa kita dalam hangatnya sang mentari. Satukan jiwa dan hati, berpegang tangan dalam mimpi yang sama, dan tunjukkan kepada dunia kita bisa, kita pasti bisa. Kita akan raih bintang-bintang. Kita bisa jadi yang terdepan. Bersatu bersama dalam satu irama, terbang meraih kejayaan. Kita bisa.
Badai krisis moneter dan perbankan menghantam Indonesia. Masyarakat berbondong-bondong antri di bank dan ATM untuk menarik dana mereka.
Presiden meminta Menteri Keuangan sama Gubernur BI untuk mengambil langkah-langkah menghadapi permasalahan ini di perbankan. Bank yang sudah tidak bisa ditolong, tutup aja. Bank yang masih bisa diselamatkan, ya apakah harus merger atau langkah-langkah lain supaya dibantu. Nah itu nanti bulan November itu dicabut izin 16 bank.
Kekacauan terjadi di mana-mana. Situasi chaos ini disebabkan hilang